ain't gonna start right there. Hey. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We oh man, it's up. The score is definitely up.
Upthescore.
Man, hey, those jerseys are sponsored by Battle, y'all. That's
them coming up
that's
soon.
Battle gear. They will be up next. They will be up next. But right now at Wayne State, at Sound Mind, Sound Body, we got the man himself.
Yes,
we
sir.
got the actual person who is blessing us with his vision, man. So Can you please introduce yourself, sir, and let the world know? I'm acting like they don't know. I'm acting like people don't know who you are. Go ahead, man.
Curtis Blackwell, president, co-founder, Sound Mind, Sound Body Foundation.
Yes,
Wow. So let's just dive in, man. So today we're here at the high school event. How many years has the high school 7-on-7 been going on for you?
This is the 5th year of the Metro Detroit 7-on-7 Showcase.
The 5th?
Yep, 5th year we've been doing this.
I don't know why it seemed like it's been 10
bigger and bigger,
or
man.
20. I don't know.
We started off at Detroit Northwestern, and we went over to Liggett for a year or two, and then we were at Lawrence Tech, and then after that, this is our first year here at Wayne State.
So how you like to feel? How you like to feel of what they've been able to provide for y'all being able to put this on?
Wayne State?
Yeah.
It speaks for itself.
It speaks for itself.
Hey, look, we in the city. Like, this is Detroit football. Like,
Detroit
all
football.
of our kids, all of our babies gotta be on this platform, on this stage here at the crib.
Yeah.
Like, it means everything for everybody to see all of this talent.
Absolutely.
Because we don't get what we are to do.
Absolutely.
And so for us to be able to do this here is all because of Tyrone Wheatley. You know, and also my man, Coach Antoine, and Erica, the AD, like, they really opened the doors for Detroit to come back here. So
it says a lot, man.
We really just want to make sure that we're intentional about helping Detroit remain relevant because it's a lot of moving pieces where kids are going to schools outside the city.
Yeah.
We got to try to create that energy to bring that energy back home.
Bring it back
especially
home,
with programs like the NFL Draft coming to the city.
Yeah.
Right here at the crib.
That is right.
Yeah,
so
is right.
so that connection right there for man, big shout out to Tyrone Wheatley again, man. That right there shows you, and especially with him being able to collaborate with Sound Mind, Sound Body, that y'all really for the city. Because I know that there's plenty of people that would have paid you to do this event outside the city. Right. But you chose to really keep it in the city so that like you said, so that we can expound on really all the talent that's been coming out of the city for years. So how long has Sound Mind, Sound Body been in existence as a whole, though?
We're going on 20 years. 2024 will be our 20-year anniversary. Yeah. So we started this thing back in 2004 when I was about 24 years old.
Man.
Young entrepreneur.
20, I can't. It don't even. Well, no, I don't know. It's just like a whole blur, man. Because every year, I have seen it, because I've seen it since you started it, evolve into something bigger and bigger and bigger. Now y'all got Sound Mind, Sound Body, pretty much all over the United States. Right. How were you able to just build that network with so many people like Battle and Zenith and all that? How were you able to do that? What was the
process?
Yeah, what was the process?
Hard work. I'll say that.
The biggest thing for Sound Mind, Sound Body was that when we started off, it was just a football camp, and we really were not intended on it to be anything related to recruiting. We were just something about young people in the city that were talented, not going to college because they didn't have exposure, they didn't have good grades, so they had bad character. And so Sound Mind, Sound Body was using athletics as a vehicle to focus on all the other things. And so when we started the program, we started to provide life skills at the camps. And from that, it just started to grow bigger and bigger because college coaches started coming to the camps, giving life skills, advice. And from there, it returned into a recruiting event. Right. And once it started doing that, like, it just went to a whole nother level. A lot of people think that Sound Mind, Sound Body is all about top athletes, elite recruiting, but it's really all about, youth development and getting kids to college.
Hey, yeah, and I totally agree with that. I got 2 sons in your program, man, and I ain't gonna lie, man. Every time I look at them, man, you know what I'm saying. I know the benefit of your program. Like I've watched them grow, like from all of the stuff that they learn, you didn't took my sons all over the United States on these college tours, man, to getting them exposure early, like places they would have probably never had been, and for you to be doing that, exposing these kids early, like you haven't. I don't even know how old is it, how was the youngest that y'all take on the college tour? Because I saw 5th graders getting that exposure, man.
Yeah. So basically what it is that when we running our program, if we have a room for the young kids to go, like your son, or we always go and make sure that we open that door and that seat, because what we look at it as, it's never too early to expose them to that type of thing.
Right. Yeah, never too early.
It's not too early for them to get on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So why is it too early for them to be exposed to college coaches and the real dreams and visions that they should have?
Yeah,
and for us, it's really about, when you in Detroit and you're on the east side or the west side, it's about seeing things that are beyond what you can normally reach out and touch. Because most of our kids have never been in those types of environments.
Yeah.
So we want them to know what historically black colleges are. We want them to know what the Washington, D.C. and the nation's capital looks like. And so anytime we go on in places, we always be intentional about stopping the different places along the way so that they can get that holistic view of what life is all about. Because that's the odds that we're trying to be here in Detroit. I mean, it's a lot to battle in the city. You don't have a lot of resources. You don't have a lot of help. And any chance that you can work smarter and harder, you got to. I mean, that's the whole ingenuity of being from the deep. So we try to combine that. So, we work with young kids all over, but when we got the old kids hanging out and you got Will Johnson and Bryce and Samaj, why not take a 4th and 5th grade on that visit so they can see how they handle themselves and create a 2-for-1 type of experience?
That's exactly what I was about to say, man, because that you have evolved so much to the point to where you're leveraging that obstacle for the youth by installing the Sound Mind, Sound Body Youth Football Organization. And that right there really connects for the high school level, because they're really able to see like what it's going to look like being able to put in hard work and dedication. So what was the mindset in initiating that piece to the Sound Mind, Sound Body?
Well, I mean, a lot of people think like, we were trying to really, first and foremost, everything is all God.
Absolutely.
Amen. I grew up in the Church of God in Christ.
Yes, sir.
And God knows my heart, you know what I'm saying?
Amen.
So, and it says, sound mind, sound body, we have 2 Timothy 1:7 says, for God has not given us a spirit of fear,
yes,
but
sir,
of love and power and a sound mind.
Sound mind.
And so, the evolution of sound mind has all been about me just following God's will. And really, I never envisioned doing all these things, but it's about me collaborating with individuals and always being willing to bring people together.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
And so when the youth came, it was really because of my boys, Coach Ray and Coach Tandy. They're like, yo, Black, we need your help, And I'm like, they're struggling, they need help, and I'm family.
Right.
So I feel obligated to do something. I got relationships with all these individuals that can make life a lot easier. Same as I work with Samaj and Deion Johnson and Coach Oden. If I can be a resource to my friends, I'm going to do that.
Absolutely.
And so the youth came as a result of that. And so what we did was I told them, listen, if y'all want to organize yourselves to come together, I will be a part of that.
I heard the story behind that.
I'm not going to recruit nobody and beg anybody to do anything.
Sure.
I said, so if y'all can get all the teams to say they're going to do it. So they start saying, look, we're going to get this team. I said, all right. And so they would call me and say, hey, we want you to talk to the Cubs. Want to talk, and then the Rams reached out to us, and the other teams reached out to the Falcons. Me and Sean are fraternity brothers.
Right.
Sean Smith is a Q. I'm a Q.
That's purple. That's purple right there.
Derek Coleman, the superintendent of River Rouge, he told me that, hey, he can get the River Rouge group. And Griff said that me and Griff were next door neighbors. So all of these things were like organic.
No brainers,
right.
though.
Man.
So it wasn't something like we were trying to just take over youth football. We weren't trying to, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
We spent almost $100,000 in funds, organizing that youth league last year. We didn't have a pot of money assigned for security for all those games, for referees, for all the
some
bills.
of the games was loaded, man.
Yeah, so it was a lot to do that, and then the risk.
Right.
You know, fights, guns.
That was a lot
all
going
that.
on.
You know,
Yeah,
our
that summer
brand
was a lot going on, yeah.
So people don't understand that they see one side, they don't see the other side.
Right.
But now that I'm a part of it, it's like you either part of the problem or you part of the solution.
Absolutely. That's what it boiled down to.
So like, if I love youth football, if I love football, if I love people, and I could be a part of that solution, I gotta do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it wasn't about me. I had to ask my partner Michelle. I had to ask Greg. I said, hey, is this something that we want to do? And they said yes. And then we went to our board of directors for Sound Mind, Sound Body, and we all made the decision to support young people in youth development. And on top of that, was helping cheerleading out too.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. That cheerleading,
that was gonna be my
daughter.
Yeah, I was gonna say my daughter is also in Sound Mind, Sound Body Youth Organization, and that cheer is a monster of its own. And y'all, the way that everybody taking this love around it, and it's actually on the professional side now, man. Like I just, last year, we hosted the, your cheer competition, and it went bananas. And I saw it in the summertime, like last year. You installed, was that last year your first year for the summer youth program that you did?
That was the third year.
That was the third year? Yep. Okay, so how is that coming back this summer?
That is coming back again, hopefully next summer.
Next summer, okay.
Yep.
So, but just to see all the ways that Sound Mind, Sound Body
you worked with us last summer.
I did. I did. Look, I was trying to see.
He was an employee of Sound Mind, Sound Body. He got a nice little paycheck last summer.
I was trying to see, because I didn't hear no call. Look, I didn't hear no call about no summer employment. So I was wondering.
Hey, look, you work too much now, dog.
Yeah, but look, no, hey, look.
Up the scope.
Yes, sir. We got up the scope. I swear to God, we did. Yes, we did.
Yeah, but just to see all this stuff, man, I don't even know. How are you able? Well, I know how you're able to accomplish this with your staff. You know what I mean?
Teamwork,
so
great support,
and that's making the dream work. And I hear like a lot of times when you guys do briefings, when y'all doing y'all training with out there at y'all still out at what Legacy? Wixom.
Total Sports.
Y'all really take that serious. Like you able to compartmentalize seriousness and with a joke and all that stuff, and you to be able to teach those kids how to be media ready, man. Not even media ready, life ready, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You tell them all the time. You can be the best player on the field, but you got to be coachable. That's one thing I hear you preach a lot, man. So, is there any like? I know the philosophy, but can you give them like just in brief the basic philosophy of Sound Mind, Sound Body? I know it's from the biblical side of it, but it's a whole little spiel that you be saying to them, man. I dang on there got it memorized, bro, because I be saying it to kids, and I tell them I got it from you.
Really?
But yeah, man, because your philosophy.
Which part of it?
It say you'll be like when you represent, you said not. You know.
I want to hear this.
When you represent,
he say, not only are you representing your parents, but you represent yourself. But and then you say, and if you're here, you represent Sound Mind, Sound Body. And in order for you to have a Sound Mind, Sound Body, you gotta have a good representation in the mind. Then you kept saying, now you cannot have a sound mind without having a sound body.
Right.
Two claps. Clap.
Yeah. and then he all get them on one accord to say, now let me hear y'all say Sound Mind, Sound Body. And
that's hey, chills down my back just now.
The way that you use that philosophy, bro, I'm telling you, I tell kids that all the time, man. You gotta have a sound mind and a sound body, man.
Absolutely.
And you gotta be.
But man, it's like honestly, man, like I worked at Michigan State, I worked at the NCAA, and it's so important that we come back home and be a village for those that are here. Yeah, so many people see, like the mantra here in the community is make it out. It ain't make it out and come back.
Yeah.
And so the best of the best don't stay. And so a lot of times you complain about what you have, but it's only because a lot of people are left with what they got to be in charge. Like I wasn't looking to do certain things, but I look around and there's no one else standing next to me. So if we can get more people to come back and stay, and we can teach our kids that And, you know, you look all around the world, there's nothing more important that you care about than the land that you come from, your territory,
Absolutely.
your neighborhood, the soil that you were born and raised on. And so for me, I try to instill that in our young people. It's like, look, man, this is where you from. Like, this is what birthed you, what gave you this opportunity. So you got to know that you represent that and those that are around you, your family, your school, all of the people in your neighborhood, the city, the state, because when we go around, we represent all of that. And we want to let people know that Detroit is more than just some thuggery that you might think.
Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
that's why we travel so much, to let our kids see that and to let the world know that there's some good, solid young men from the city of Detroit that can hold their own on all levels. They can stay in a hotel and not tear it up. They can fly on a plane.
That's the biggest thing, man. Traveling. I said with the Falcons, we travel a lot. Like you said, all those kids, they never been out. They never stepped foot in the airport. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Just show them that experience. Yeah. Like show them they never stayed in a hotel. Don't know how to conduct themselves like in a hotel.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's coaching too, huh?
Yeah, that's coaching, teaching them through life, bro. That's coaching, man. Yeah. So sound mind, sound body, bro. Yeah.
I mean, if your goal is to go somewhere and you've never seen it and been exposed to it, it's hard for you to visualize what that looks like. And so it's so important. So
Because
now
you
we
don't have
get
nothing
back.
tangible.
And that's why when we do our camp and we bring all the coaches here, it's important because people don't understand. It's like us having a camp and we can bring 500 college coaches to the city of Detroit. Means that
that's crazy.
First and foremost, every kid that's in the city of Detroit don't got to pay gas, plane,
It's all right
hotel,
here.
because you can just pull up off of 94, off the lodge, and every coach is right here in the city. So first of all, you save time and money.
Absolutely.
Because as a dad, as a coach, you know how hard it is to get to Atlanta.
Absolutely.
Like, you got to take off work,
Savannah,
you got to rent a car,
Georgia
get a
coming up,
hotel.
boy.
Let me look in the camera.
So we try our best to do
He
that.
not lying.
As a coach,
He's
not lying.
He is for real. I got 3, and I remember I couldn't pay, and this man said, you know what? Let that boy come. So the sacrifices you making, man, for these kids, bro, you got please keep doing this stuff, man. Like I really want to ask you this though, because it is the big thing, and I know that everybody can benefit from it because it is the NIL situation. Right. How do you feel like that is a benefit for us? Being able to, capitalize here in Detroit.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, our kids got to be a part of the industry. The industry is making money off of our kids, and our kids don't understand it. And so the NIL presents an opportunity where they can start talking about business in the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. The more you do anything, the better you get at it. So the first time you get introduced to businesses in the NFL, it's later for you. But if you start doing business or thinking about business in the 9th grade, by the time you get to college or NFL, $100,000 isn't nothing. Paying taxes isn't nothing. We did the first NIL deal.
Out. Off the right way.
Yep.
The right way.
First NIL deal we ever did was in Michigan was with Will Johnson. First player in Michigan to do NIL. And because he was going to Michigan, he had just left.
And he went through your program.
Yeah, Will is born and raised in South Man. His daddy's one of the co-founders right over there. Y'all need to interview Deion Johnson. That's who y'all need to get. He's the guru on NIL. No one has done more NIL deals in Michigan that's from Detroit than Will Johnson, and Deion Johnson does all of that stuff. So if y'all talking about NIL,
CJ, we're gonna have to get him on.
But I mean, I'm just telling you. But NIL it's important because it's education, and the more you have these conversations, the more exposure everyone is getting to this, and it's allowing agents and marketing reps to talk to our kids. Now they're thinking more about their brand. Now they're thinking about how they should network and converse with individuals. And most importantly, now they can have direct access to people who they were told to stay away from.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's always a great thing when you can connect with individuals.
Absolutely.
When is it bad to network and do what we're doing right now?
I know. Hey, listen, like you just did. That was plugging right there. Plug and network.
Seriously. And with that component, man, I just feel like the trajectory for Detroit sports youth landscape is just out the roof, man. From all the way from the youth all the way up to where we at now, the high school 7-on-7, man. So after this 7-on-7, what's next for the high school portion of Sound Mind, Sound Body?
Well, our recruiting publication is going to come out in August. So our recruiting publication will be going out to every college in America. That'll be something that we'll be doing analysis on all the top 1,000 kids in the Metro Detroit area in the state of Michigan that came to our camps. Then we'll be getting ready for our travel program where we'll be taking kids to college game day visits in the fall and getting ready for the off season in November, October. And then our youth program is getting ready to pick up. So we got some real big events coming up with youth football. I mean, like, every year, like, it gets a little bit bigger and bigger. And so we got some big things that are coming up. And I think, like, it's an opportunity for Detroit. I mean, like, what this is all about is giving our kids something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
Like, you play football, and you might think about Belleville, Harper Woods, but Henry Ford is excited to be here today.
Absolutely.
So
Loyola was just here talking about. He was happy.
that was
Battle Creek is here. So that's what it's all about, giving our kids something to be motivated, to stay engaged, so that they can kind of continue to work hard and stay out of trouble.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, is there any room for more volunteers? Is there a way for people to get in contact?
Yes. Always need more volunteers. You know that?
Yeah.
You always the one that we got to ask to help.
You ain't lying, and I don't mind either, But the door is open, and I'm pretty sure that Soundman, somebody, they can probably just look directly, Google that, and connect.
Everything. Yeah.
And let me tell you, man, I'm a dad. And I'm behind Steph as a dad, because his son is older than my daughter and my kids. But as a father, man, I respect and admire you, man, for the sacrifices and the grind that you put into doing the best you can for your kids. And I was a school board member at Harper Woods, and I saw you working for the district, doing what you could, trying to help your kids out. And I came up to this man, I said, man, you'll never have to worry about anything as it relates to Sound Mind, Sound Body. I'm always going to take care of it and help sponsor that, because I see, as a single dad and raising your kids, that you are committed, man. That inspired me as a father to make me want to be better. And I just want to give you your flowers, man, because we talk about a lot of different things. But, man, what's most important is that we inspire each other. Absolutely. And you inspire me as a father, but like, damn, I got a wife, and I need to work a little bit harder. Because at the end of the day, it's great what's going on with Sound Mind, Sound Body, but if I'm not a great dad to my own kids, I missed the mark. And I was inspired to be a better dad because of you.
Thanks,
and
bro.
I see you doing all the things, man. I can tell so many stories about what he's done, trying to make it out of town with his kids.
I got stories too, man.
I just want to say, like, that's
what
it's all about. And if every dad was like you, man, we would have a much better community.
Dang, dog.
I'm telling you, bro. Go ahead, cry, bro.
I was, but I'm going to do that later. I'm going to watch it later and then do that, because I know this being film, but it's almost like a reciprocal thing. And I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't trying to top it, but that's where my grind had came from, Blackwell. Watching you really be resilient about your goals and all that stuff, that's phenomenal, man. And I just watched that, and all the people that you connected with, Dion and all the people that you connected with, man. That's a phenomenal thing, and you continue to be an humble person and allow people to come together under a Sound Mind, Sound Body thing, man. So I just want to say, man, y'all keep up the great work. Whatever we can do, whatever event you need, Upthescore, we there.
Look, I wasn't expecting this. I saw this. Like, thanks for the love, man.
Come on, man.
Shout out to the assist, National Sports.
You, Corey, whoever, man. Appreciate the love. Samaj, appreciate that. But at the end of the day, our thing, like, it's like, the reason why Sound Mind, Sound Body got to do anything was never about me. It was because of we. I was a high school football coach at King High School, and I'm trying to run Sound Mind, Sound Body. And the doors is getting slammed in my face because they saying, oh, man, you trying to use that camp to recruit our kids.
Yep.
So I had to step down from King. We won the state championship. That was my goal. Come back home and be the first public school to win the state championship. We won the state championship. I said, you know what? I'm going to step down and focus on Sound Mind, Sound Body. Then, you know what happened? got the Cass Tech man coming into camp.
Yeah.
They weren't stepping no foot in there.
Yeah.
Then the Denby man and Southeastern man started coming.
Yeah.
So all the top coaches started coming together.
Yeah.
So Sound Mind, Sound Body became like a network of all the top players and coaches for one weekend. So Sound Mind, Sound Body elevated, but it wasn't because of me. It was because everybody came together.
Yes, sir.
So when you talk about what we're doing right now, you and Samaj and all of us working with Tyrone Wheatley and Wayne State, it's about us. And like as black people in this community, we don't realize how much power we have when we come together.
Boy,
like,
that's why they fear us, man.
I don't care about if you like light skin, if you like dark skin.
It's none of that.
I like pork. If you like dark, I like white.
Right.
All we care about is football and kids.
Yeah.
Let's focus on that. We can worry about that other stuff later.
Yeah.
And once we do that, we can create a platform that we all can eat off of. And that's what it's all about. And that's what we're trying to continue to do, is work together and build.
For sure, man. So, and again, we appreciate you. We definitely gonna make sure that we get a couple of the other
Deion Johnson right there.
Deion Johnson. We definitely want to get Deion. We're gonna get
this is the NIL guru.
So you
the NIL guru.
We got
get him on
Deion
next,
NIL
man.
guru.
Y'all
We
about
got
to
the
see
Deion. Oh no, his name is not Deion. It's Will Johnson's dad.
Oh yeah, Will Johnson's dad.
That's Will Johnson's dad.
Johnson,
That's Will Johnson's dad. Y'all want to get Will Johnson's dad?
Yeah.
He tell you about NIL.
So we
He's a
gonna
guru
get
on
Will
NIL deal.
Johnson's dad
I don't
coming
even
up.
know what an NIL contract look like. Will, he could tell you that. He got one on his phone.
He reading one
right now. Look, he reading one right now. I swear to God, he is.
That Deion, let me tell you, Deion used to be all football, no business.
Yeah.
Then as his son elevated, that man became all business, no football. I said, that's a flip.
He making calls
Making
like
calls
that.
down,
That's
man.
Take a picture of him, man.
Yep.
That's the Deion I know right now, man.
Yeah, that's the one,
So,
you know,
man, that's what's
anytime
up,
you
bro.
walking away on the phone,
Yeah, man.
you know, you got something going on, man. So we definitely going to get Deion on here. We get Battle on here, Battle.
Okay.
We're going to have them on the platform as well. And a couple other sponsors, man, Zenith. And everybody, man, you got a lot of people coming out today, man. Detroit Wing Company, The Assist, what's the Detroit Change Initiative?
Yep.
You're connecting people, brother.
Detroit Wing Company.
Please keep up
Building,
the
man.
great work.
Building, man. We all out here building, man. And I'm connecting out here with y'all, so I'm looking forward to our relationship going and growing, man. Because this is my first time being on the #1 podcast in the D.
Come on,
I'm glad to be out here, man.
We
That's what it's
just
all
up
about.
the score
You know, that's what it's all about.
We got the
Score,
sound.
boy.
And
Them
look,
blew
y'all
up.
out here in the rain, man. That's what it's all about. Y'all real
bro.
Detroit, man. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
real.
Y'all didn't pack up and leave. Y'all
Nah.
out here in the rain.
What?
Man.
Nah.
We
Y'all
just
really
getting
about that
started.
life.
We just getting started. We got
And we're going to be here tomorrow, too.
Absolutely,
We will be here tomorrow as well, my brother.
Hey, man. And look, man, look. And look, I got to give a shout out to my man, Maj, man. Samaj Morgan, man.
Yes,
he
sir.
started off as a dad, then became a coach. Now he's Samaj Jr.'s dad.
Right. All these businessmen
AKA
around
his
here.
assistant, for real.
But Samaj got a heart as big as gold, man.
Absolutely,
He's
do. I
always
appreciate
giving.
him.
He's always connecting.
Absolutely.
And, man, you know what I'm saying? And he's loyal. And the thing I like about him, man, is that he always going to have your back. And
Man.
I've never met a Kappa like that in my life. I'm a purple and gold, man. But, you know what I mean? I'm
I know a couple Kappas, bro.
He got the
Shout out
hooks.
to
He got the
I
hooks.
got the hooks.
I know a couple, yeah.
But no, so you all working with Samaj, you know what I mean, connecting the dots. And like I said, man, when Samaj called me, I said, that's Steph. That's Steph. That's my guy. I said, ain't nothing Steph doing that I can say no to in my life because of what I just told you, of who he is.
Yeah.
I'm always going to try my best to help out, and I just got a chance to meet Corey and everybody else.
Absolutely.
And then I know he coached with the Falcons,
Yeah.
and I just never seen him on this side of it, but we all in the same village.
And his
Man,
name
listen,
Steph, too.
bro. No, man. I swear, everybody look at me sour because I'm from Kentucky, right? And I coach football. I didn't coach little league football in Kentucky until I didn't coach little league until I got up here, right?
Oh.
My business at the time was Kentucky Youth Sports Network, and I was doing the same thing, the media thing, on the field, doing all the things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was with the Louisville Chargers at the time. I was my
Louisville
business.
Chargers?
Yeah, my company
know that,
my
yeah.
company
Okay.
was filming the Louisville Chargers at the time. So I got up here with Myron and all them, and they look at me sideways like, man, who you with? I'm like, wait a minute, dog. I just, you know. But yeah, Detroit done welcomed me with love, man. I love the D, man. Like I said, man, hey, choice where it's at, man. Look at overpass all the negative stuff that you say about D, but Detroit football is here, man. I love it. You see it on the national stage, man. You see it right now, man. I love it.
So we definitely will be posting all Sound Mind Soundbody events on our network. So
Absolutely.
whenever, you know, I'll know anyway because I'll have to be there. But but we definitely will come out, man, and make sure that we putting on the right highlights for what you're doing in the city, man. So please keep up the great work, man. Any shout outs before we go, man?
No, I mean, like I said, I just got to give a shout out to Michelle Franklin, Greg Hicks, Keisha Hopkins, Gerald, the whole crew, the whole staff, Deion Johnson, you know, the whole network, Wayne State, Detroit Public School District, Superintendent Vitti, Superintendent McGee from Harper Woods,
Mr. McGee,
Derek Coleman,
Yes,
Southfield School District, and DEPSA, and Mr. Bland, man. You know, we got a great group of people rocking with us. And may God continue to stay on our side as we continue to look for his favor and continue to grant us grace as we do our best to help each other and lift as we climb.
Yes, sir, man.
Yes, sir. So we just somebody, baby. We just up the skull.
My
Yes,
God, man. I appreciate you, man.